welcome back to my channel. This week I'm talking about how books and movies are actually time travel devices. I love rewatching movies. Well, to clarify, I love rewatching movies that I love. Unsurprisingly, I also love to reread books that I love. Though, to be honest, rereading a beloved book from start to finish is a pretty rare event. I certainly have done this. I think I've read Pride and Prejudice and Heart of Darkness 3 times, but I'm far more likely to reread a favourite scene or to follow the story thread of a subplot through a book rather than read the whole book again. I don't always rewatch movies again from start to finish, but given that movies are only 2 to 3 hours long, whereas a book can take 6 to 30 hours to read depending on its word count and the complexity of the story, it is far less demanding on your time to rewatch a movie than to reread an entire book. Part of the value, though, of rewatching a film is that you will notice things that you missed the first time. Given that film is a visual medium, there is so much information contained within each and every shot. The first time you watch a movie, your attention will be on the foreground action, but in rewatching a film, you can pay greater attention to the dialogue, character mannerisms, the set, background action, and so on. For example, a character may make a throwaway comment, and it's only in rewatching the film that you realize it was actually clever foreshadowing. This is the pleasure of rewatching films. The ability to see all of those small details that the creators have both intentionally and perhaps unintentionally placed throughout the narrative. Of course, this same witnessing and pleasure also occurs when rereading. However, the effect is slightly different. There will of course be occasions when you zone out while reading or you miss a snippet of vital information. But when you're reading, your attention is predominantly on the text itself. Of course, in the same way that film contains multiple levels of action, so do books. Beneath the foreground action and the story beats lies layers of foreshadowing, theme, double meanings, concealed information, and character motivations. You don't have to look beneath the hood. You can enjoy the trip from A to B, but it's through this process of close reading and critical thinking that a book will ignite. If you give a book the attention and consideration it deserves, then it will last you a lifetime. You may not realize this, but books and film are time travel devices. Now, temporal narratives are a genre all their own, but I would argue that all books and all movies are actually time travel devices. Whether you consume this content for a second, third, or umpteenth time, the story remains the same. As you may be aware, time travel is not possible yet, but revisiting a beloved movie or book is kind of like time travel. I can never go back and re-experience the first time I met my partner, but I can read about Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy's first encounter whenever I want. I will never again pass through the chain link fence of my high school. Not that I'd want to, but I can reread the prom scene from Carrie whenever. There are 2 ways in which movies and books act as time travel devices. The first is that it can transport you to times and places you would otherwise not be able to access. I can cross the Tudors' court while reading Wolf Hall, or dive into a World War I trench while reading Fall of Giants. Historical novels allow me to travel into the past and to access the knowledge that only comes with personally lived experience. I can travel into the far future by reading science fiction, and I can travel to other dimensions and other worlds by reading fantasy. Books and movies have the power to turn your couch into a time machine. They allow you to step outside of linear time and into other places and spaces. But they also provide the opportunity to re-experience a moment in real time, exactly as it first occurred. There are a handful of days from my own life that I would do just about anything to relive. Yes, it's true that you can attempt to re-experience a memory by returning to a physical location with the same people who were there the first time, but time has passed and you have changed. You can close your eyes and recall the memory. You can pretend to feel the Californian sun, to hear the crackle of leaves, and to smell the Malibu spray mingling with fresh cut chips and Chardonnay. But it's not real. You can never authentically re-experience a moment from your past, but books and movies are different. The way a character's life unfolds, the adventures they go on, and how they feel about those adventures never changes. Though your opinion of the art may change over time, though you may sometimes feel disconnected from the story or bored by its familiarity, the story itself never actually changes. Sometimes though, when the stars align and you are in the exact right mood, when the craving for a particular experience hits and you crack back the cover or hit the play button, the relief and joy of knowing that this experience will meet your expectations exactly is nothing short of sublime. It's true that you can only read a book for the first time once, but you can re-experience that story again and again whenever you want and for as long as you want. It's a small, humble pleasure, yes, but it is a relief to know that while I can never go back and relive that day in California, I can cross the moorlands and visit Wuthering Heights. I can feel the weight of stone in Jack Builder's hands and the sting of Alma Whitaker's heartbreak. I can experience these memories in all their authenticity, any damn time I please. There you have it, guys. That's my blog for this week. If you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe or give it a thumbs up. Of course, leave a comment. And know that you can check out my website anytime you like. That's taraeast.com. If you sign up for my weekly newsletter, you'll receive a short story straight to your inbox. You can also follow me on social media. All the links are below. I hope you've had a really productive week, and I'll see you next time.